Hey friends, this is the beginning of part 2 of the big craft room overhaul. Look at this. I can't even believe I've got this all cleared off. It's unbelievable to me. The printer is going to go right there on top of that. And then we're going to get this chair out of here. And I think we actually might move some preliminary furniture today. Like we can probably move the Peloton. We could probably move this, move this. What this is going to mean is that for me to film right now, I have this arm that connects to the ceiling that comes all the way down, and that's where I hook my camera. I don't know what my filming for crafty videos is going to be like for a little bit. By the time you're watching this video, I may already be reset up and totally fine and ready to go, but I'm not 100% sure. So I'm just letting you kind of know about that. So this whole thing is going to get moved, but it's pretty much going to store exactly, because I had just cleaned all this out and redone it, and this is all sewing related stuff because I have been doing a little bit of sewing. So I sewed these curtains and made them the right length for our house, and I need to order some more because I have more curtains that need to be hung. And then I've got some little projects and stuff that I want to work on. So I'm hoping to just keep this the same. We may have to pull everything off of it to move it and then just put it back, but that's probably just going to be the same. This, however, is going to be covered in stamping supplies. So I'm going to give it a really good clean. Look at how dirty it is. I'm kind of embarrassed to show you this. Do you guys see how filthy? It's really dirty. We live in the country, so everything is dirty. Don't mind the neighbor's music. It's super loud. I think they're having a birthday party. Not my style of music, but it's, you know, what it is. So at some point, what I'm doing right now is I'm actually made a couple of phone calls and text messages for people who might have boxes. Normally, I would have all kinds of boxes on hand. I have no boxes. So I need to be able to box up some of this stuff, I think. And like, I'm going to have to figure out how I'm going to box some of this stuff up here. But yeah, so anyway, it's a work in progress. Oh, let me show you this. Look how clean this is. So I cleaned this out a bunch. Look at it's filthy also. See how dirty it is? I cannot wait to scrub everything. So this has all been cleaned out. This is pretty much all my scrapbooking stuff right here. So I'm not going to get rid of that, but once I get my space reset, I will reorganize. So I have ideas on how I'm going to reorganize, and I'm really getting into crocheting too. So what I want to do is have like little areas with different types. So like I'll have my sewing stuff on one spot. I'll have my scrapbooking stuff. I think possibly down here where it's easily accessible and I can pull it out and work on projects. And then obviously all my card making stuff. But this is going to be completely redone. So I may show you how I'm going to redo it. I actually don't even know exactly how yet, but it's going to get redone because there's just a lot of wasted space, silly stuff that doesn't need to be taking up a whole cube. So when we get to that, we will talk about it. Also, cardstock is going to go in here now. So that's a whole new adventure as well. All right. So I think, oh, and this guy here is going to get probably utilized differently because my stamps and stuff are going to go over on that thing. So I just wanted to give you a quick, like, part 2. Here's where we're at. Now I'm going to be filming possibly when my husband's helping me move stuff, if he'll allow me. He really does not like to be on camera, so I'm going to have to ask his permission, make sure he's okay with that, and we'll just beg him, okay? That's what we're going to do. So anyway, that's where it's at. What's happening now? Okay, guys, I'm a little out of breath because, holy Moses, I have been moving all the things. And my husband moved a chair out of here, but I moved that Peloton all by myself. Something that I probably shouldn't do, but I did it. And then I moved this guy here, and I moved this guy out of the way. And I'm out of breath. So the next thing is I'm thinking to move this guy. It's gonna have to move down here, but I can't do that by myself. So I'll have to have hubby come in here and help me with that. So now I'm gonna clean that. You can see the floors are wet. I've been mopping and cleaning as I go. Look how gross this is. Y'all, when you move furniture, you reveal sin. Sin comes out, y'all. So anyway, this whole thing, all the stuff that's on this, I'm going to be able to now transfer to this, at least temporarily, so that I can move this. So it's just like a step at a time, right? A step at a time. There's part of me that really wants to get this all moved to where it's going to be today so I can start organizing, but I just don't know if that's going to happen because at the time of filming this video, it is, what time is it? It's 2:30 and I am going to have to go pick my daughter up. She was at FFA state conference, so I'm going to have to go pick her up. And then I have my in-laws coming for dinner tonight. So this is going to be kind of just, I think I'm going to have to finish it in the morning. But if I could have my husband help me move this thing today, then I could probably do the rest myself because I'll take everything out of this unit. Everything's coming out. I'm going to put it on the back, this back cabinet for now. It's not going to stay there. This is all going away. But I'll put it over there while I move this IKEA unit. And I do have a friend that lives down the street from me that would probably come help me move furniture if I need help. But I think I could swing and move this pretty easily if there's nothing on it. And then I can move this by myself. This thing doesn't weigh anything. I'll just take all that stuff off. Then I can move that. So I think the biggest thing at this point is I just need help moving this monstrosity. And look, I damaged the wall right there. So I need to go find my paint. I know I have paint. And you can even see like an outline where a photo was right here. I'm not going to worry about that because these shelves are going to come off of this wall and be put on that wall behind me. And then I'll decorate this really pretty and have supplies there instead of it being like it's kind of naked right now. These were custom built. I've told this in many videos, but I have to say it in every video. These were custom built by a friend of mine named Ken. He passed away from COVID in 2021. And I love them. They were perfectly made to hold Stampin' Up! Stamps in the little boxes. But they're going to be perfectly made to hold a lot of other things because I cannot part with them and they're beautiful. So that's what's happening with those. Okay, I'm tired and I'm rambling. So I'm going to get back to work. I probably have just a few minutes before my kiddo comes home or I have to go get her. And then I'll see what else I can get done before I have to start cooking dinner. All right, that's it. Peace out, peeps. Hey friends. All right, we're continuing on part 2 of this journey. So I'm gonna come to the door and show you where we're at. It's a disaster. So this is where we're at. We've got the room divider moved, the IKEA unit. I moved it today by myself. Again, probably shouldn't have, but I did take everything off, so it wasn't that hard. So I got that moved, so it's splitting the room in 2 now. I got this put over here against the back, so this is kind of just tucked away and hidden. I do sew on occasion, but it's rare, and so there's no reason for this to be like super accessible in front of my face all the time. And then all of this stuff, these 2 things gonna get taken down, so I need to pack those up. All of this stuff is gonna go away, kind of. Some of these are gonna go over here under this desk, not all of them. This all still needs to be organized. As you can see, I have a ton of stuff on top of here, but I just kind of wanted to do like a check-in and show you the chaos. I did, remember I had that little bookshelf right here underneath my heating and air unit. I got it moved to here. So that's, I don't know if those weights are going to stay down there. This bookshelf is the cheapest, crappiest bookshelf I've ever purchased. The thing is so wobbly. So I just put the weights on the bottom of it to kind of like weight it down. I don't know if this is something I'll keep, but for now I'm going to utilize it to put stuff on. And then this has my stamps and dies on it right now. Don't know if they're going to stay in this necessarily organized like this, but they're there now. This hasn't been touched, but that is lots of storage space right there for stuff. The problem with it is it's so tall, I would have to get on something to get to any of this. I mean, that's okay, but ideally I don't want to put stuff up here that I'm going to access on a regular basis. You know what I'm saying? Like this shelf is fine. I don't mind that, but like way up, no. And then I think that this space here is a little bit too narrow, because once I hang those shelves against this wall, they're going to stick out, and I don't want to like crack my shoulder on it every time I walk by. So I think we're going to have to move this forward a couple more inches, which is fine, because when you open the door, like right now, well, you can't really tell. Hold on. Move my chair. So when you open the door, like this space to this space is a pretty good open space. So if I just move this forward a few more inches, I think it'll still be fine. Essentially, as long as this chair can move all the way around here and get here, then I'm good. I don't have to have a ton of space to like move in, because everything I do is pretty sedentary, so I'm not super worried about it. But I'm really excited. It's gonna be so nice to have a little bed back here for my family when they come visit, which, you know, they come pretty regular. So I really am gonna enjoy. And then like I went on a trip to Honeybee, and my friend Sandra went, and I had nowhere for her to really be to come to my house, so she ended up renting a hotel room, and I felt really bad about that. So this is just going to be awesome to have a little nook where people can sleep. So it'll just be a bed, and so the bed will go this way, like the head of the bed will be over here, and then this thing I can move down, and I could put like a little table right there on each side of the bed. I measured it out so that a queen size bed will fit right here. And I could still probably put two very small end tables on each side, like maybe with a lamp and charger station area. And then my Peloton will go back in this corner. And I should have a little area right here that I could roll out a yoga mat and like do some exercises and stuff. So I think it's going to be really good. I think we're going in the right direction. Hi, Dixie. What do you think of this mayhem? Why are you so cute? Your ears are always flopped. Okay. Dixie says we're signing off for now. Dixie, did you say we're signing off for now? Are we done? Yeah. Okay. All right, friends. Hi, Dixie. We are going to wrap up part 2 of this video, and I'm going to give you kind of a quick status update of where everything is. I would love to be able to film while I'm in the middle of doing a lot of this stuff, but unfortunately, I just cannot seem to do that. So I put 2 monitors here. I'm waiting on some cables to make it so that this is my main computer and this is just a mirrored monitor. I think at the beginning of this video or prior videos, I've told you I've got some new stuff going on. So anyway, yeah, I think part 1, I told you about that. So I'm going to need dual monitors is what that boils down to. So lucky for me, I have this iMac that's old, doesn't really work anymore, but I can use it as a second monitor. So that'll be great. And ma'am, Dixie, I can smell that you just tooted. That's not very polite. Okay, we got this all cleaned out. This is just sitting here until my shelves are installed. But this is basically, this whole thing is pretty much empty, which won't last. You all know that. We got this at least covered in what's going to be there. So we've got stamps, dies, and then scrapbooking stuff underneath here. I have moved my handmade finished cards to this shelf here because there's no reason for those to take up room where I grab all the time. This is empty. I put my laminator up there. These could be emptied. That could be emptied. So there's potential there. My die cutting machine cart here. This is where my chair will go. My normal Copic situation here. That'll always be right next to me. And then we've gotten this a little bit organized. So we've got cardstock up here in boxes, and I will eventually label that. It's just solid cardstock. We've got ink pads, plenty of room to grow. This is all like kind of unorganized right now because cardstock is going to go here, and I'm waiting on the supplies to organize that. This is like my basics, Lazy Susan all essential tools. Then we've got my Misties. Then we've got all my paper cutters. Then we've got my extra die cut machines. All of these are in one area because they're going to go on the shelving that's going to go behind me. So this shelving right here is going to go there on this wall behind me, and it will hold all my blending brushes and stuff. Over here, I moved my printer onto this dresser that's now full and organized. Okay, so these are going to get moved throughout the room. This one is going to get thrown away because 3 of the drawers won't work. The one that's over there behind Dixie is going to get thrown away, and the stuff that's in it will go into a new one because that top drawer is broken and it won't work. I cannot move any of this myself because it's all, my husband screwed all those together so that they wouldn't move. So I have to wait for him on that. All of my cardstock pretty much is cleared out. Not quite all of it. I have my white and some here that's going to just stay there for the moment. That's going to move over behind me. And then once all this is cleared out, I'll be able to clean it, clean the floors. I'm going to probably end up doing some paint touch-up. I'll be able to move the Peloton back to this corner. We'll order a bed. It will go here. All of my sewing stuff is here. My lights are going to get moved into this area over here next to me so that when I'm filming, I have more light. But I don't want to move those until I get, because I'm going to put an IKEA unit at one of those Alex drawers. It's going to go right here. Another one's going to go right next to it here. And then this one will get replaced. So lucky for me, I have exactly enough to do that. And then there'll be no waste, which I'm really excited about. As for these towers, I'm probably going to sell them. I really can't sell them online. The cost of shipping these would be astronomical. So they'll end up in my shed for a while. I'll take photos of them and then I'll list them online for sale for anyone who might be interested locally. So I'll put them like on Facebook Marketplace or something. So that's what's going to happen with those towers. And my light box where I take all my photos, I have a plan. So I don't really have a place to set it now once all this is gone. So what I'm going to do is this whole light box will just sit on top of the bed that we get because I don't have guests all the time, right? So it'll sit on top of the bed and I can take my photos there, no problem. And then when we do have guests, I'll just take it off the bed and I'll set it right here on my desk and just leave it there. Because when we have guests, I don't craft and I'm not in here usually because I have guests. I'm entertaining. So I don't spend a bunch of time doing stuff in my office. The only other thing I didn't show you, I guess, would be this area. So I have my weights down here, which will probably get moved over to near my Peloton. I want all of my workout and exercise equipment in one area. My silhouette, I'll probably move down. The stuff that's on, this is my candle making supplies. I'll probably move that down to the bottom. I have some in another location too. And then I may go ahead, sorry about my dogs, you guys. Somebody just showed up at my house, of course. And then I'll have more storage for other things. I'm not exactly sure. I am getting a new job. I may need a little space for paperwork, and I am a city council member. So like some of this stuff right here is my city council stuff. So I may just create little spaces for those things so that I have them handy, but they're not on my desk. I really like to keep my desk as clean as possible with as little stuff on it as possible because I work better in a really controlled, clean environment. It's just my brain operates better that way. So I think that's everything. That's part 2. And we just are still on a journey. It will get there. I don't know how long it'll be till part 3 comes out, because part 3, I really, really, really would like to show you the finished product, but it's going to probably be a while till I order the bed, I think. I don't know. So stay tuned. I may pop in a few videos of me organizing some of the shelves or labeling some of this stuff and putting it away. Let me know if you would be interested in that, because if you are, I'll film it. And that could be another fun craft room organization overhaul video. Also, let's talk about these. So that is full of blending brushes. That's going to go away. The drawers will still be there, but I won't put my blending brushes in there anymore. I'm going to take all the labels off of that. So all these are probably going to end up getting relabeled, which is a bummer because I worked really hard on those stinking little labels. I cut them on my silhouette. So I kind of need to redo them and figure it all out. But anyway, that's for another time and another day. All right. I'll talk to you guys soon. Hope you are enjoying this process. Bye.